this is Rodney. Welcome back to ZebraScapes podcast. I have Daniel here. He's our operational manager. A little while ago, we had Paula, our general manager, on. He's directly under Paula, and it's extremely critical to have an operational manager, number one. And we've been through a few, had some great ones that moved on to some bigger industries, and we had some that it was just a lot. There's a lot to handle. So you come on board for a little bit now, for quite a while, and it has been a huge relief for us. To be honest with you, it's a big role to play if you don't have the experience.
Sure.
But as Paula says, your theme song, you make it look easy. So you do an amazing job at it, and I couldn't be more happy to have you on our team.
That's great.
So tell me a little bit about your role and how that looks like for an operational manager. People that want to be one, people that wonder what does an operational manager do? They drive around the truck, they're in and out, they got a pretty cushy job. You know, obviously people think that, right?
Right, yeah.
Little do they know.
Right, yeah.
But so a little bit what that looks like here at ZebraScapes.
Basically, I'm running everything from the operations in the office, leaning on my office manager and my other managers in the field, making sure everybody has what they need to be efficient and work efficiently and utilize every tool that they possibly can, making sure materials are always at the jobs, making sure that when the guys are out in the morning that they're not waiting on anything, that we're just moving. The second they get to the yard, they're moving and they don't stop until the end of the day. But just everything from materials to organizing and making sure the guys are taken care of, even them themselves, making sure that they feel valued and appreciated.
Yeah, that's one thing why you're so great at it is you're making employees feel valued and appreciated. I mean, just the efficiency part's important, and so many people thrive at the numbers, which is very important. You watch those numbers good, but the employees, to get what they want, to feel valued. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, we had probably close to 8 to 10 people come here to apply because someone worked here and said, hey, you need to come over here, right? Yeah. We did, one guy brought 2 of his brothers over, 2 different companies, and then we just had another one bring 2 other ones in the last 10 days or longer. The reason that is, for looking over, I talked to them in person, what makes us, why do they like working at ZebraScapes? And our great guys that are hard to come by, they don't have to wait on material. They don't have to wait on material. And one guy said that's why he loves it here. The material is always there.
Right.
And that comes with late night planning and early morning coming to work and putting your stuff together that nobody sees.
Right. Yeah, definitely got to have the planning together, working with calendars and making sure the jobs are all in line and that everything's in time or on time and at the job.
Yeah. When you're running this, and this is also great, this will go out there, a lot of customers might see it. So what if you're a customer, you want to do business, you call ZebraScapes, walk us through the protocol. Like what do you, if you got a contract signed with ZebraScapes and you walk through the process you have got in place and how we're in place right now.
The process for the job.
Yeah.
Basically, the person that sold the job to the customer would make sure they walk the job with our lead, Eduardo.
Yep.
He gets a list of any materials that he might need, whatever equipment he needs, of course. And then we're always ready. We walk the jobs, of course, ahead of time before we are sending the guys out. And then Eduardo will walk the job with the lead on the job. He'll point out anything that needs to be specifically handled, and then he'll make sure that the materials are there and that the machines are there that need to be they need to be used on the job.
Yeah. And so not only do we have you as an operational manager, we have the project manager who runs all the jobs that are happening. And underneath that, we have each crew has a foreman here, and our foremen's, 18 years of business, I have never experienced such incredible skill and knowledge.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky right now.
Oh man, and they keep today. A guy came that's very capable. It's like I don't have room for him.
Right.
But we don't let him go. We get him. We figure we're going to figure something out. But yeah, that takes so much pressure off you.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What do you think of Eduardo? How?
I think he's great. Having somebody underneath you that's also supportive is really key and essential to the job. If he wasn't doing his job as good, obviously that burdens me and makes my job harder, and it makes it harder for the guys in the field also. So it's kind of like you want to be supportive of your people below you so that they can also support you back. And it's kind of a team effort and making sure that everybody's taking care of each other.
Yeah. No, he's a stud. I mean, it's
Yeah,
6,
great.
7 o'clock, and he's walking the yard, got his checklist,
Yeah.
and everybody else is home. And first thing in the morning, that pamphlet's out, and he's got that book out, and he's going through his list.
He almost makes it too easy for me.
You're making it easy for me. It's a chain reaction. When it goes up, it's, the other day I left, and I'm like, man, what's like, what I should be doing here? It's like everything's going so smooth, and Eduardo is, he's a gem that I never would have dreamt.
Right.
We were looking for a project manager, and we asked all the guys in the field if they want to be the project manager. No one wanted the job, but they all said it should be Eduardo, give Eduardo a shot. And I know I looked at him like, I mean, you would agree, right?
Sure, yeah, he's super young. And,
very quiet.
yeah, very quiet. You don't know
Stands
that he
off.
has all that drive. And,
Yeah, I'm like, there is no way. But the whole team voted him in, and wow, was he a shock, and
very big asset.
huge asset. And he mentioned, I asked him how is it going. He goes, there's times it goes good, but there's a lot of pressure. And we talked about pressure creates character and
Sure.
builds it. And he said, I'll let you know when it's too much, as in let up a little bit. Well, he's incredible.
Yeah.
And so building our team is, you mentioned at the very beginning the importance of our employees and getting what they need and making sure. I mean, Paula, our general, built an amazing team of core value. And so share a little bit about how you get them to buy in. Like, it's so hard to stop the turnover rate and to get them to buy in when someone offers, 50 cents more or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, now they don't even think twice. Even a couple bucks, they're like, I'm staying here.
Yeah. No, I think it's an atmosphere. You create an atmosphere where they feel appreciated more than anything. Instead of pointing out all the wrong things or too many wrong things, I always try and make sure that they know what I appreciate about them and what I appreciate even about the day that they put in. But then that there were a couple other things that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
So mainly appreciation, showing them that I appreciate what they do right and what they do good. And then if I have to, coach them on other things, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because they know that they're appreciated. They're not just getting hounded and not just getting berated with negativity.
Yeah.
So staying positive, having a smile on your face, trying to keep the team positive, shaking their hands in the morning, saying good morning, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Just every single person, I try to ask them how they're doing
Yep.
and see how they're doing. If they look down or don't seem good, then try and talk to them, cheer them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get them an energy drink if you got to.
Yeah, it's very good to talk about their personal level.
Sure.
Here, we just started a dream board, and people are starting to talk, but to get them to understand, they are here a lot, and they're here more than they're home.
Right.
So we need to talk about their personal life and how things are going away from it. I talked to one of our guys today, and he has his stepdaughter coming in. And I'm like, get out early, just go. Like, get your things done and cut out at noon or whatever, because that's important. You don't get to see her very much. It's important for them to know that we have their family, not just them.
Sure.
And so we strive hard on that. And you're doing in the past you brought an operational manager and you try to fit him in. You're working. There's a lot of don't want to bull rush it. Some people say you don't want to sit back too much.
Right.
And you go through these systems, and you came in just so smooth. So a little bit about your experience. You've been doing this a while?
Yeah. Been doing construction my whole life, ever since I could work. And then I picked up landscaping when early 20s. I was like 19, 20 years old, and it was one of my passions. I really like doing landscape. It's one of the nicer, easier ways, not easier, but quicker ways to make something transform, a house or a property. It's just always been really satisfying to me, even mowing a lawn.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what you learned the most about leaders. Like, how'd you get to where you are today? For making it look so easy, smooth.
A lot of mistakes, a lot of trial and error, conflicts with people, and learning how to get through conflicts, customers or employees or even managers. I mean, sometimes management's hard to deal with. But I don't know, I guess just, adapting to each job that I've come across and having multiple avenues of education. I've had a lot of mentors and trainers that have taught me a lot about not just the job, but the people involved and that kind of thing. So I guess just the experience a lot, and then doing different things throughout my life. I've, tried to tackle a lot of different things, building my own house.
Taking risks.
Yeah, taking risks and trying to learn as much as possible, really. I'm always wanting to learn and willing to learn. And I think that if you're not willing to learn or wanting to learn, then it's really hard to get through a job, to even do a job. If your pride is too big to not want to learn and need to learn, then it's going to be real hard for you. But I've always been open to learning and trying new things and learning new things, different ways, new ways,
Yeah, for sure.
And trial and error and messing up quite a few times and learning from my mistakes, for sure.
Yeah, I tell people that are very nervous to make decisions, I'm looking for them to fail. That's where you grow. And you can look at that as a past leader you had of what not to be, right?
Right. Exactly.
Compared to and where you want to be.
Yep.
So everybody, you either fall forward or you're going backwards. So
exactly.
Even if you fall, as long as we're moving forward,
Yep.
is something that we really push. I want people to make decisions, and when they fail, you coach them.
Yep.
And we do a lot of that here. Paul is extremely good at implementing them and how to get them to be coached there.
Yeah.
So earlier we talked about how the jobs start with. Let's we're going to talk about like the project of the going through, finishing it up, and just the efficiency, how to get how a customer is expected, and what's their goal.
Our end goal is to make it look good and be efficient at the same time. Keep the customer satisfaction, of course. But when the guys show up and they're well dressed, not perfectly dressed, but they're not looking like slobs.
Yep.
The equipment looks good, the trucks look good, they're keeping the equipment maintained. I think, and it shows a lot to the homeowners and the customers when we show up when we say we're going to.
100%.
We show up with a nice, decent looking truck, nothing that's looking like a hoopty, beat up,
Yep.
Tools all raggedy. I think it's really good to give the guys the equipment that they need, and that shows at ZebraScapes, of course. I think that makes the customer feel like we know what we're doing and they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But as far as going through the entire job, just the efficiency of the guys, and that's a part of it is us just checking up on them and Eduardo being there and checking up on them.
And you checking up on it, right?
Yeah. Going out and not making them feel like we're checking up on them, but just let them know that we're there, one, for support, and two, to make sure that things are running efficiently. And I think that really helps them make that run efficiently. It's also, the atmosphere. Again, if I show up positive and, have a couple of sodas for them or some waters and whatnot, and, or some lunch, it really helps them out a lot, and it gets that momentum going on the job. Even the positive push on the guys gets the momentum going and keeps it going. And I think the customer really sees that. They see that we take care of our customer, our employees, and that helps a lot. And then, of course, at the end of the job when we're tying it up, we're usually there on the last day. One of us, or Eduardo at least, walk the job with the homeowner and the customer.
And the salesperson, right?
And the salesperson. Make sure that everything was addressed properly and that they're 100% happy. We usually have 100% happy people.
Yeah, for sure. That's very critical. It comes down to one thing, really, and we talk about it on a weekly basis, communication.
Yes, for sure.
We have apps that we go off of, how we communicate with clock in, pictures, and sometimes too many things to track. We're trying to find the right one. But the big part is that is just building our core value in our guys. I mean, that's it. To me, it's so exciting when you're out there and you got a group of people and you're like, hey, got to do this. Well, someone's not feeling good or something's not coming in. Well, they just switch, jump different trucks. I mean, that's in the past, it's very hard to have two guys flip trucks or three or four guys move around with no complaints. Just, hey, I'll take that job because, if someone got hurt or someone has to leave early, instead of saying, I'm sticking with my crew.
Right.
It's we got a great system here where we're bought in and we support each other.
It's a real team.
Yeah, it's a real team. And
sure.
I see that, a lot of just how they communicate. I'm super impressed. Senior, one of our senior guys, he's always open to taking the newest guy and training him. He's all about, hey, I'll take him. I know anytime I ask him, hey, I have a new person here, I want to see if he knows what he's talking about. and can you train him? And has never said no.
Right.
He's always like, sure, no problem. Take a guy that I just spent 9 months with,
Right.
and I'll pass him on. I'll give you another guy.
Sure. Which is great. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a good trainer. He's a good teacher. And
he's a good.
Thorough, for sure.
And keeps things moving. So.
Yep.
Anyway, Daniel, thanks for joining us here. Any questions you guys have on leadership? We're learning, and we could anything how we can improve. Thanks for listening. Put the comments below any questions you have. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Landscaping with ZebraScapes. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring to your landscaping projects. For more tips and resources, and to learn how ZebraScapes can help you transform your outdoor space, visit our website, www.zebrascapes.com. Until then, happy landscaping.